people. So in this video, we have this short-term rental operator who's got 25 short-term rentals across 5 locations. He's gonna be talking about his business, his cleaning business, so that he can vertically integrate his short-term rental operation. In this video, he also talked about the acquisition of this resort-style boutique hotel. As you can see, there's so many people in the background. This is definitely the video that it's worth watching. So make sure that you watch the entirety of it and you get lots of value. Today we have guest speakers who is going to be talking about their short-term rental business. They manage properties across 5 locations: Colorado Springs, Sacramento County, El Dorado Hills, El Dorado County, Denver, Colorado Springs. Okay, so I'm gonna have them speak on their short-term rental management business, rental property management business, as well as a cleaning company, as well as their recent acquisition of this resort-style boutique hotel out in El Dorado County. All right. So without further ado, I just have some housekeeping, all right, and I'm just gonna tell you guys about today's agenda. And then if you guys in the back, if you don't mind, grab a seat, that would be so good. Trying to pack everyone in here. We have 2 more chairs, 3 chairs in the second row there. Just come and sit down here if you can. I guess because we have so many people today, we're just gonna skip this part, and I'm gonna provide you guys a market update, and I'll give you guys a little bit of details about this particular house in Carmichael. I'll go into the numbers of this particular house, and I have a mastermind, so if you guys are interested in learning about the mastermind, I'll go into details of that as well. Last but not least, freebies, and then the talk. All right? So there's a sign-up sheet that is going to be passed around, okay? As part of the freebies, right? You're gonna be given the contact information of everybody here, as long as you write down yours here. I'm gonna have my assistant type it up and then share the list with you guys. So if you don't mind writing down your name, your phone number, your email legibly, okay, so that my assistant can actually read it and then put it in the Excel spreadsheet, okay, that would be so wonderful, okay? So I'm just gonna just pass it once you're done with it, all right? So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of market update. This is what I do every single month. This is polling from MLS for the County of Sacramento. Okay, so this slide is for sale versus sold. Homes for sale last month in October, so we're basically 1 month behind. Okay, in 2023 is 1,264 units. That's up 8.4% compared to last month. So there's more inventory compared to September, but it's down 39.1% compared to last year. So again, we don't have as much inventory as last year. Homes closed in October 2023, 807 units, and that's down 6.5% compared to last month. And that's down 9.6% compared to last year. I think the reason why homes are not closed as much as before is due to the higher interest rate that we're experiencing right now. Okay, homes placed under contract in October 2023, 789. That's down 3.4%, and that's 7.5%, down 7.5% compared to last year. Again, this is due to the fact that there's just a lukewarm reaction from the buyers due to the higher interest rate. So higher inventory compared to last month, and even lower buyer action because of the higher interest rate. All right?
Are those just single family?
Single family, yeah.
Existing single family?
What's that?
Existing single family or new construction as well?
Existing single family. Homes closed. Average sold price per square foot in October 2023, $337. And that's up 0.6% compared to last month and 2.7% compared to last year. So the sale price stays relatively strong here. There's not too much of a depreciation, if you will, okay, due to that, even despite the higher interest rate. Days on market, 24 days on market. That's down 4% compared to last month, and that's down 33.3% compared to last year. This is actually a surprise to me that if you price your home right, you'll get it sold just in 3 weeks. That's pretty crazy to me. Actually, that's less compared to last month. Last month was 25 days. This month is 24 days. Okay, sold versus original list price percentage in October 2023, about 99%. So if you place a house, say $100,000, okay, asking price $100,000, the sold price is gonna be $99,000, right? So I think the realtors are doing a great job pricing these houses on the market, and that's up 4.2% compared to last year. So what this slide means is there's still relatively low days on market, and the surprise, at least for me, is the fall has no effect on the days on market. Okay, so we're actually less days on market than last month, and homes are still higher than last year. Okay. And still very competitive market. All right. Any questions here? Yeah.
Usually we see a dip in the winter and like there's like kind of fall and winter months. Is this data kind of showing that there's less of that effect going into this winter?
Yeah.
Maybe projected to be less than other cycles have been in the past?
Yeah, exactly. That's the surprise that I've seen, like in this particular fall, is that the days on market is still like relatively short. As a matter of fact, it went down, you know, by 1 day. Yeah. Okay. Average for sale price. I don't really look at this. I look at average sold price in October 2023. That's $600,000. That's pretty high, especially in Sacramento, right? And that's up 0.3% compared to last month, and up 8.8% compared to last year. Would you guys call this like an appreciation? Is an 8.8% appreciation just in Sacramento County?
5 to 8% this year.
Huh?
It's about 5 to 8% according to all the charts this year.
Okay.
But median
So,
price is different than appreciation.
okay, right. So I guess the conclusion here is that your house actually holds some value. Okay, if anything, it's probably 8% or more, right? If you bought a house last year for $100,000 or $1 million, this year is worth $1.8 million. Okay, price is healthy, not really a recession as it appears to be, considering how high the interest rate is right now. Okay. Let's see, months of inventory based on closed sales in October 2023, 1.6 months. Okay, so anything that's less than 3 months, that's the seller's market. So we're still in the seller's market. 3 to 6 months, that's a neutral market. Over 6 months, that's a buyer's market. And that's up 14.8% compared to last month. So again, there's that effect of fall come into play here. That is, we're getting more inventory. Last month was 1.4, and well, September was 1.4, Last month was 1.6, slightly higher, but not too much. And we're still down 30.1% compared to last year. So still very low inventory situation right now in Sacramento. There's definitely more homes for sale, okay, but not by much. And we still have low inventory here, okay? So this is just my personal opinion. Depending on who you are, what role you are in the market, if you're a buyer, I would advise you to wait. There's definitely more selections out on the marketplace because of a slightly higher inventory. You don't get as big of a discount based on the stats that I just showed you. And the higher interest rate really doesn't help you. So I advise you to wait if you can. Even though we're in the fall, right? But the price is still very strong and healthy. If you're a seller, I say sell. Price is relatively healthy considering how high the interest rate is. And it is still your market. If you're an investor like me, there's definitely less homes under contract. But if you can get a home, right, under contract, you're able to sell at a relatively high price. You just need to produce a very good product, and you will get lots of offers, in my opinion. Okay? Make sure that you buy with a good location in mind. I have one that's in Del Paso Heights right now, and it's still sitting on the market. Okay? Make sure, right, location is key, right? All right. So just a little bit of introduction about this particular house. We bought it from an iBuyer Sunday. We bought it for $304,000. They asked 6% on top of that as their wholesale fee. So that's about $20,000. That was back in September 2022. Okay, we spent about $35,000 on rehab. Yeah, that picture should be replaced. Some other properties picture. The furniture fixture equipment is about $20,000. All the furniture, couches, the linens, chairs, beds, mattresses in all the bedrooms. Feel free to tour this property afterwards. Okay, that's $20,000. We just got it appraised because we had a bridge loan, and we transferred into another bridge. We couldn't get basically we're just we're just a waiting game. We're just waiting for the interest rate to calm down so we can refi into a permanent loan. So that was done back in maybe just 2 months ago, almost 2 months ago, for $530,000. STR gross since May 2023 is $42,000. So that's about $8,000, just gross per month. Okay, obviously you gotta pay for mortgage, you gotta pay for your manager and so forth. Okay, we were lucky when we put this on the market. We got a corporate renter in place who pay us $30,000 for a good period of like 5 or 6 months. Okay. Anyway, so we're still interested. If you're interested in being our gap money funder, do reach out. We have 2 deals in the pipeline that we're actively flipping right now. We're rehabbing right now, and 2 more will close by the end of November. Okay, and we're always looking and capital partners as well. Okay. So this is the before and after. The before here, this is the fireplace right in front of you. Those are the blinds, the windows that's covered by the blinds. This is the after. This is where you're sitting right now. This is the kitchen. We didn't do much. We actually just saved the kitchen cabinets and we just painted the grayish color, and then we replaced the countertop. Right, this is Formica, I believe, with just a quartz countertop, the white quartz countertop, and then we set up like a dining chair, a 4-person dining chair right by the kitchen, right there. These are the bathrooms. There's not too much that we did to it other than just paint the vanities, and we replaced the vanity counter just with, just a different countertop there, okay? And we replaced the mirror as well. This is the hallway bathroom. This is the master, so we replaced the carpet, everything, the carpet just with the vinyl flooring, and that's throughout the entire house. Okay, and that is the outside. We just painted the outside. The exterior that you see is this kind of dated whitish color, and now it's this color right here, and that's the backyard. All right. So I do have a mastermind, and this is for people who are already doing deals. And what we do in this mastermind is the main purpose is to keep each other accountable, and we do research and development on what works in the current market. Marketing is marketing speaking. So like we do direct mail, door knocking, calling, on various leads, probate, foreclosure. I know Carl, you're very specialized in that, and all sorts. And we built off of each other's network of real estate professionals. So if I need a lender, right, or if you guys need a lender, hard money lender, I can be of a good resource to you guys. If you need somebody, a realtor who is investor friendly, right, we can tap into that network. Somebody who specializes in short-term rental operations, I can be of use to you guys, and so forth. And we try to monetize each other's leads. Okay, I just got a deal. It's a subject to in Rancho Cordova. It was a divorce lead, right? Nobody could actually close on that because there's no equity in the deal, but we just took over the loan. Mortgage interest rate is actually 2.25%, okay? So hopefully we'll be finished with rehab, and you guys will get to see it next month. So the next meetup is probably gonna be held in that location, or we're just painting the inside, we're setting out the furniture. If it's not December, it's gonna be in January in Rancho Cordova, okay? By the way, we took over that loan from a native. It's not assuming, because I'm not really qualifying myself for it. There's a risk of the lender calling the loan due. So that's the risk that I have. So if that happens, I had to go and then give myself another loan just to pay out the existing loan. Alrighty, so you must be prospecting already. That's the top qualification to be in this mastermind. And you must be able to meet weekly, and no ego please. And there's a commitment of $100 a month for it, okay?
When you say meet weekly or that's gonna be in person every time?
No, it's just via Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So here's a freebies for you. These are the 2 YouTube videos that we release. We'll release a YouTube video every week. Make sure that you check out my or subscribe to my YouTube channel. The first one is how I get high quality real estate leads every day. Okay, make sure you check out that video. And this second video is a masterclass. This was done by Bradley, okay, last month. Okay, this is how Pace Morby's Gator method works, okay? So we mentioned about that last month. There's a 90-minute video on it. Ryan was kind enough to actually record the entire session. So make sure that you go there, go to our YouTube channel and check that out. We also release articles on our website, The Myths and Realities of Real Estate Investing. You can scan that QR code. That's gonna take you to sign up for our newsletter, where we release articles and our weekly YouTube videos as well. Okay, you can follow us here, Insightful Real Estate, on Facebook, so that you get notified on the events that's happening every single month. Okay, and the news and so on and so forth. Do invite me to speak on your podcast if you do have one, your tribe of people, or just pick my brain for, just give me a cup of coffee and pick my brain, okay? And you can follow me on all these social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and that's my company, Insightful Real Estate. All right? So this last slide is how you can partner up with us. You can be a bird dog, and then we pay you a 2.5% referral fee. If you're a realtor, right, you can represent us as the buyer, and you can also represent us as the seller when we sell the property 4-6 months down the road. Okay, so you get front and back commission of at least 5%. If you're an investor, we do ask for a gap for up to $50,000 and no more for at least 6 months. Interest rate 8 to 10%, depending on leverage. Okay, you can lend us that money for construction and a fraction of the down payment, and then you get that money back plus 8 to 10% of that investment there. Or you can lend, our deals, private lending to, or we can lend your deals, right? And then for 12 to 15%. All right. So without further ado, I want to bring Josh and Madison up to the stage. They're going to be talking about, that's the main talk of today's event. And let me just go over Josh's bio. So Josh transitioned from military, okay, to entrepreneurship somewhat recently in 2022. It was a very seamless transition. Currently, he's got 25 short-term rentals under his management across 6 locations, like I just mentioned. I would like to know personally how you're able to manage all these rentals across so many locations. So to streamline his property management company, he also started a cleaning company, okay, that is responsible for 40 plus properties, and the company itself is growing. And to cap it off, he's expanding his operation into boutique hotels. And he will be talking about a project, right, that he's working on right now during his presentation. You'll get a glimpse of the story, the vision, and the potential of this amazing opportunity that he is going to be talking about. And make sure you ask him if you're interested in investing as well. All right, so let's give Josh and Madison a warm round of applause.
All right, guys, nice to meet you all. Thank you, Kevin, for having us on your talk today. Madison and I are going to be going over the company Capital City Stays. Like Kevin said, we have 25 short-term rentals across the United States. And I wanted to make sure Madison has her bio. So Madison, go ahead.
So I started off into my business adventure creating a cleaning company years ago. I was able to develop that successfully and establish a great client base. I teamed up with Josh this past year, and I've been working on design as well as property management. Beyond my professional accomplishments, I love my animals, cooking, and nature. So it's a little bit on me.
Awesome. So yeah, today we're going to be going over the businesses, what businesses do what, the current properties that we currently have across the United States, the new real estate investment company, like what Kevin was saying, we're getting into boutique hotels and venue spaces, the new deals, and then an investment example, and then we'll open up the floor for questions. All right. So currently we have Capital City Stays. It's essentially 3 businesses in one. We have a cleaning business, a management company, and a vehicle rental company. The vehicle rental company is currently 2 vehicles. The cleaning business, like what Kevin was saying, 40 units that we're cleaning actively per month. And then the management company, we have over 25 units and growing. All right. Pretty much says the same thing. Yeah, and we have Colorado Springs, Denver, Jacksonville Beach, San Diego, Sacramento, and then our newest one's in El Dorado County. So if you have any travel needs, hit us up. We have a couple of units across the states. All right, so these are kind of what Madison does. She does all the design for each one of our units, and I'll let her take it away on the design of the Sequoia.
Yeah, so this is a property located on C Street in Midtown Sacramento. Josh brought me in on this property, and as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this house. I mean, this kitchen, the pictures don't do it justice. It's huge, it's beautiful, a professional oven. And then we were talking about the design and the way that we wanted to go with this. And for me, I felt like the colors and the windows and the sense of calm as you walked into the space, I wanted to give it a spa type of aesthetic. I used a Japandi design style with organic textures here. You can see in the mirror and the ceramic decor as well. I wanted it to also be simplistic. I think when you're going into a short-term rental, you don't want to feel overwhelmed and like, there's so much stuff, there's so much clutter, like I'm going here to relax. And so that's what I did with the space. And it's been getting very positive feedback. I believe we put this on Airbnb in October. And we've been getting back-to-back bookings. Everyone loves the sense of zen. I added live plants to the space as well. Also, like, not only does design have to look good, but I think it's also a good idea to really consider yourself in the space. Are the guests going to be comfortable? What is going to make them comfortable? And my big thing is the couches. So I went with the cloud couch, the down material, and I think it also gathers people to feel like they're at home and they're not just at a short-term rental with a small couch with not enough space to gather around. Because I know when I go places, I'm like, I don't even want to stay here. I want to go out because this isn't comfortable. I don't want to sit down and watch TV and relax. So yeah, and the outside is beautiful as well. This is like one of my favorite listings.
Absolutely. So yeah, I named it the Sequoia because of its height. And it's really long. Like if you go into the house, it's super long on the way back. Not super wide, but
is that like a townhouse?
Yeah, it's a townhouse on C Street in Midtown. All right, so this is our next property called Black Oak, and this is also in Midtown.
Yeah, so for Black Oak, I mean, all of our properties right now are named after trees in Sacramento. And so I really played with the name the Black Oak and added this black table that I love, like this dining space is my favorite. And then also this black accent wall. We worked with an investor on this project and she really wanted it to draw in people. She didn't want it to just be a generic Airbnb. So that's when I decided I wanted to do a black accent wall. And I know fluted is really elegant and popular right now. And I also added the green to kind of tie in the nature and the trees for this property. And this is also the living room and a couple of the bedrooms as well.
Today we're also going to be talking about our real estate investment business. So Capital City Venues LLC is going to be a business that really specializes in acquisitions and operations of boutique hotels and venues. So currently we have 2 big projects that we're working on. Golden Hill Ranch project. It's a really big 10-acre ranch with resort-style amenities. We'll have photos right after this. And then we're also looking at Tahoe at a boutique hotel project. It's a 22-unit hotel in the heart of South Lake Tahoe, and it's walking distance to shops, skiing, and restaurants. All right, so this is the Golden Hill project. Madison, take it away.
Yeah, so this picture you're seeing is the resort-style pool located in the middle of this 10-acre property. As you can see in the left to the pool, that's the main house. And this is the large deck surrounding. If you go to the property, you can see how large this is. I think the photos make it look a little bit smaller, but it's absolutely beautiful with the sunset, which is why we called it Golden Hill Ranch. And I had to ask when they got these photos taken, I'm like, did you guys edit this sunset, or is that how it actually is here? Because it's so magical, especially with the pool right there. I'm really excited about this project. And this is another picture of the main house. It actually has a whole parking lot for the property already, so we can host hundreds of people for events and wedding venues. And to the left of the main house, we already have a fully habitable studio that was previously used for the pool house, well, as a pool house for the pool. But it's all black and modern already. These are a couple pictures of the staging currently of the inside of the home, just to give you kind of an idea of the space. The bathrooms are fairly large with 2 shower heads, a standing tub, and the bedrooms. There's 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and a half bath in the main house.
So quick piggyback off of that, we are going to create a bed and breakfast style accommodation. So this house is actually going to be split up into a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and then a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. And that's going to allow us to get a lot more cash flow compared to just using it as a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah, and some photos. This is outside the main house in the backyard. That's that space, and then the kitchen as well, fully remodeled. And it's a great central point, I'd say, because of the bathrooms and the bedrooms. It's gonna work seamlessly. Like, they won't have to walk across all of the bedrooms to get to the bathrooms. It'll be good to split up the house, I think, with the current layout. And just a couple more pictures of the inside. The main master bathroom is all black with gold finishes. There's this original ceiling. I think the previous owner said that was original for the beams. So I thought that was pretty cool. It really ties in like the barn style farm feel as well. So the future layout, the circles alongside the road and behind the pool will be the yurts. Located over in the field. Oh, so a yurt is like a glamping style tent. As you can see, there's a couple different styles. One you can use for stargazing. It has windows on the top, as well as just the regular style yurt. So this creates a unique experience, and I think that's going to draw guests in. It's not just a generic house or studio. This is an experience, and it fits with the property given that it's a ranch. We're planning to do a campfire in the middle of it as well to give it that camping feel. So the barn venue is going to be located to the left over in that field, and we'll use that for events and weddings. The house, I don't even know what shape that is.
Pentagon.
It's been a while since I've done math. So yes, so the studios are going to be located in those spots, and you can see that's where the main house and studios are currently. So we're planning to add these to the property. These are not currently there, and that's what we plan to do with this investment and aesthetic of the property. And just some idea of the angle we're going with the barn wedding venue as well, and then the field is very similar to the current layout, so we can do outside weddings as well. And this is my design that I chose for the main house and relaxing, to really give it that resort style feel, and have the guests also feel like they're at a modern farmhouse. And I think this will fit well with wedding aesthetics, events, bed and breakfast. This style is timeless. So a couple of the property activities we're looking to add is a putting green, cornhole to do cornhole tournaments or add it for weddings, multi-use court for pickleball, tennis, volleyball, basketball, workout space. There's going to be plenty of things for them to do besides hanging out in the houses and by the pool. Bocce ball court and outdoor theater, as well as craft experiences. So Also, not just having them come to stay at a bed and breakfast, to eat, relax, and do whatever. We want them to go home with memories and experiences, to also have them tell their friends and their families or whoever is wanting to host an event to come back and know that we're willing to offer multiple ideas to, like bachelorette parties, birthday parties. We're going to be able to provide all of these different experiences. And that goes along with the food and drink experiences as well, providing the guests with a private chef, private bartender, wine tastings, cooking classes, catering, and just having all of that dialed in to where they don't even have to think about it. They want these things, we have them, and we have the right people.
All right, so that was the first project we're trying to take down. It's actually under contract, and we're working on the financing and getting that locked down, hopefully closing by the second week in December. The next one we're looking at is a 22-room boutique hotel in the heart of South Lake Tahoe. I'm sure you guys already know Lake Tahoe has a great market, 2 million visitors a year, 5.1 billion a year in revenue. A quick look at what the hotel looks like. We have a couple ideas that we want to do with this place as well.
And throughout these properties, we're also going to provide yoga, massage, sauna, and facials on the property, as well as outside, wakeboarding, hiking, skiing, and snowboarding. We're going to send our guests to the right locations, again, so they don't have to even think, and we already have these things ready to go for them. And both these locations, I should mention, are known for hiking and their lakes and skiing and snowboarding.
Absolutely. So the investment overview, just so you guys can see what type of investment opportunities are out there with us. So this is Golden Hills overview. So total capital raise is $400,000. We look for 8 strategic partners, which are going to be our limited partners. Each one is going to have a $50,000 minimum investment. The purchase price of that property is actually only $1.15 million. So we got a pretty good deal for a 10-acre property with standing structures and a resort-style pool. The debt structure, this includes the budget for CapEx, FFE, and the reserves. It is a DSCR loan product. We're going to get $920,000, so the LTV is 80%. The rate is going to be 10%. Term is over 30, or term is 30 years. So the LP investment numbers, so your average cash on cash return for this specific project is going to be 20%. Total 2.5 year return is going to be 115%, and your IRR 2.5 year is 22%. And I got these numbers verified by Kevin, so it's good. All right, well, keep it short and sweet, guys, because we wanted to open up the floor for questions. So this is actually our personal emails and phone numbers. If you have any questions regarding short-term rental, cleaning, if you need cleanings for your short-term rentals, learning how to scale your short-term rentals, I have a couple things I can tell you. And then Madison also has a full-on design company as well. So if you want to talk about
Yeah, I mean, there's my number. You already said everything. But yeah, we're open to any questions if you guys
go back to the last video before. Sure. We got some new people. What's the DSCR loan product?
So that essentially is a loan product. It's kind of similar to a hard money loan, but it doesn't require like hard credit checks, I believe. It doesn't require.
It requires a credit check of the debt service coverage ratio, so you're qualifying based on the cash flow of the property itself, not personal income. So what's the proposed rental income versus the property and PITA, principal interest taxes, insurance, association dues, etc. So it's just based on that particular property. So for an investor with several properties, I'm not looking at your other, income versus payment, cash flow.
Correct.
Why, thank you.
Yeah. It's our first DSCR loan, so.
Yeah.
For the folks, so what's an IRR 2.5 years, 22%? What's IRR?
Chime in on it.
It's an internal rate of return, which is return that is adjusted based on net present value. So let's say it's a 2.5 year, or let's say it's a 10 year. What's that return presently? So it takes into consideration of inflation. You guys know that $1 today is worth a lot more than $1 10 years from now, right? A cardamom milk that you bought 4 years ago for maybe, I don't know, $5. It's gonna probably cost you $7 or more. Okay, so we're just basically adjusting based on inflation to bring everything down to present. So if you invest your money today, 100,000 or 50,000, you're gonna get, what is it, 22% return on that investment. So that's about $11,000 of that $50,000. Yeah.
Okay. And those have it includes budget for CapEx, FFE. FFE is what?
So that's going to be your
Furniture, exterior equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have essentially all the furniture and the design that we have budgeted as well.
Great.
We have a different slide for all your questions. Essentially, if you have any questions about this specific project, we can email you the LP package as well, and it can go into more depth of the underwriting. So.
Yeah, planning to sell it after 2.5 years? Why after the 2.5 years?
So 2.5 years because right now the lender has a 2.5 year two-year prepayment penalty. As of right now, we're just going to do a cash flow play. So we're going to really work on the short-term rental aspect, the wedding venue aspect, and getting as much cash flow as we can from the property. After the 2.5 year, we could potentially refi it, but right now it is strictly a cash flow.
You don't have any specific plan, like some of these syndications, you're going to for 5 years and you're going to sell it. If you plan to sell it after 5 years.
So the exit plan there is to return 100% of investors' capital. Okay, the valuation that we put 2.5 years into it is $2.15 million. So that money, the $50,000 or $400,000 collectively, is going to be returned back to the investor, and we're still going to cash flow at a higher mortgage balance.
I guess my question is, can the investors stay in after that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They get 6% in exchange for $50,000 of their investment. So from 2.5 years onward, it's just going to be infinite return because that $50,000 is refi out back to the investor. Yeah. Good.
Doug, I got a question for you guys. Is like retreats and things like that. How are you guys partnering up with like yoga instructors, things like that? Like, how does that look like?
So I actually live up in the area. I'm only 20 minutes away from this property. This is located in Placerville. So, I mean, I'm going to be checking out all the masseuses in the area. I'm going to make sure like we have the right people. And I already have a lot of contacts as far as bartenders and people who are knowledgeable in wine, whiskey, craft people. I mean, that area is full of creatives, people, especially Placerville. There's a lot of different craft shops and vendors as far as food. So yeah, I'm gonna plan on having a list, talking to these vendors, which I already have a majority of. And if there's any like outside requests, I just really want an atmosphere to where the guests can reach out to me and I can, with my connections in the area, point them in the right direction and get the right people. So to answer your question, I'm going to have, a list of everyone ready to go who's going to be working at this resort.
So they're not on staff?
So they're not going to be on staff because depending on who is coming to the property, if it's a wedding, if we're doing the bed and breakfast, obviously we're not going to have staff just waiting around every day. We're going to have to bring them into the property on that day, if that makes sense. So it'd be a prior scheduling for these sort of amenities. But for the games and everything, like the cornhole, that's already going to be there. For the craft experiences as well, it's just like the private chef and bartender is something that we're going to have to schedule prior.
It's a concierge, right? Service. You're selling
Exactly.
packages.
Exactly. And they're add-ons to your reservation.
Who are your competitors?
Who, does Josh want? Or?
Yeah, I can answer that. So currently there is, multiple competitors for the Lake Tahoe project. There's, lots of really great resorts and hotels in Tahoe. Right now, in that specific area of El Dorado County and Placerville, there's only one bed and breakfast in that area, and they actually have partnered with the previous owners who were doing short-term to potentially give those owners overflow. So there's no like bad blood between the bed and breakfast across the street. We like to really cater towards adventure couples and their kids. So this is really going to be, focusing on people who want to come out and have the same type of resort feeling at Tahoe, but not necessarily paying the prices of Tahoe, and have everything on site.
Yeah, and like for the movies, depending on what guests are there and if they want that, we would be willing to like set a certain date for them, and that's not really something that they need to add on. Like these experiences are going to be there for them, but we're just going to allow different packages. And this property is located near Apple Hill, which is a really popular spot in the fall time. It brings in several visitors, and that's something that's going to draw them in already. So it's a great location. And I don't think there's like a ton of competition as far as, there's no resorts like this in this area. There is
no
nothing
adventure
like
resorts
it.
like this.
I personally have Airbnbs up in that area, and every time I get bookings, they're like, I'm coming with my family for Apple Hill, or I'm coming to cut down my tree, I'm going snowboarding, I'm going skiing, I'm going to the lake this summer, I'm going to Lake Tahoe. They're going up there for the location, and that's why this property is super unique and special, because it's not out in the middle of nowhere. You're not driving an hour off the road, you have no service, it's accessible to things around it, and popular things.
Yeah, a lot of wineries. There's a CVS next door, or close by, so you can grab some groceries if you need to. What I really like about this property, and really, what the investment team really likes about the property, is this pool. It's really well done. It's like a lake-style pool. Actually, this slopes up almost like a beach to the grass over here. This pool actually can serve as a venue as well. So we're going to have the pool itself on Swimply and on our website, and we're going to be able to create cash flow just from the pool, and potentially some jacuzzis we're going to put as well. So,
and to kind of give you an idea, the previous owners had already been successful renting out just the pool, with the houses and short-term rentals not even being completed yet. And they were making $1,000 a day, $100 an hour, I believe, just on the pool. They hosted live music. They have people already trying to rent for next year for luncheons, or even using the house for a day. They're willing to pay, I think the set price was $5,000 for an event space. Yeah, just for the main house and the pool. So there's plenty of opportunities. So we're super excited for this one.
How did you guys find a deal?
So the deal was off market. It was actually someone I connected with for my management, design, and cleaning company. They needed help. They were going to do this themselves and make it a short-term rental. They ended up contacting me and telling me that they no longer wanted to proceed short-term, and they were looking to put it on the market. I had worked with Josh the past year. I knew he wanted to get into boutique-style hotels. And so I'm like, let's set up a meeting. I think you guys have a lot to talk about. And yeah, so I brought the buyer and the seller together, and we did an off-market deal.
So she needs to get a real estate license.
Yeah. I've been working on it. I have my eggs in a lot of different baskets, and I'm super busy right now, which I'm thankful for, but definitely adding that on to the future, especially this off-market deal, really opened my eyes to my real estate potential. So yeah, I mean, a 1.15 deal isn't bad for the first time, even though I didn't have my license. But yeah, there's also, I think in the other photos, it shows the property next door in the barn in the background. I don't know if it showed that. The neighboring property, I don't even believe it has a house on it, and the neighbor next door owns this, and we're maybe potentially looking into buying that property as well in using that for an event space. So I think with this property, the opportunities are endless. So that's exciting. And the previous owners have offered to buy it, and he's been interested. So that's something in the future.
So there's multiple phases to our construction. So phase 1 is essentially really focusing on all the standing structures, so it's going to appraise better. Phase 2 is going to be strictly getting cash flow from the venue space. So whether that be purchasing that next door neighbor space, building that larger venue because it's already standing, that could be something, or we would build the barn venue in the field that we own already. So, and then we might have even more phases afterwards, depending on, you know, what we want to do. So.
Any comps on that property, and also what's the real reason why they are selling the property?
For the current property or the neighboring?
That one.
That one?
So the comps, yeah, we have an appraisal sheet, and we can show you what the comps are from the appraiser. We just can't go over it with the slides. I wouldn't be able to tell you the exact number, but they are similar to this type of property. The real reason is that they actually buy large or mid-sized businesses, the small businesses, and they put them into buildings they own. They needed to be more liquid, and the only way that they could be liquid is by selling this property.
They did not want to sell. They were so sad to let this one go. They said that they were never going to leave, so we might see them on the pool deck sometimes. But yeah, they flip homes in the area in El Dorado County.
So you're buying it at market price?
Yes. Well,
the appraised market price.
The appraised market price. Yes.
Are you guys doing it like a bunch of like Airbnb? Is it like a bunch of Airbnbs, like the 22 unit for instance? Are you gonna rent it out like a bunch of smaller Airbnbs, or is it gonna be more of like a traditional hotel kind of like business?
So are you talking about this specific project, or?
I was thinking like the 22 unit for instance.
Yeah. So we put it all on the.
Oh, and like someone comes in. Is it that way, or is it gonna be more like an Airbnb online booking everything?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I actually am in a mastermind that goes over the full automation and the ability to put it all on those OTAs. So it's going to be, Airbnb focused, Vrbo, any of the other ones that we have. We have, I think, 10 listing sites that we use, and it's going to be fully automated. No, we're going to convert most likely the check-in area to a room with its own bed and everything. And then we won't really have to have a manager living on site. So it's going to be fully automated.
When we do have large events like a wedding where they want the entire property to themselves, of course, we're going to shut down other short-term renters for the moment, because we want them to have full access to the property, if that gives you kind of an idea of what we're...
For this specific. So you could essentially rent this whole entire thing for a certain price.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you plan to fund the future layout?
So private money lending, private. A lot of private funds, a lot of LPs that we're using. The 400,000 is kind of, phase 1, phase 2, and we're going to be able to go pretty far with the 400,000 in terms of phases in construction. So, any other questions?
Are you guys looking for any more opportunities in land, or are you focused on this? And then...
No, we are 100% open. We are going to be evaluating, potential deals every single day. Like after I posted this, I'm starting to get people hitting me up about land that they want to develop, and just for us to manage too. So yeah, we're 100% open if you guys have deals like that, for sure.
Tim.
All right.
Great. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask offline. I think this will conclude this month's meetup event for Flip This Out as a networking event. Feel free to network privately afterwards and hang out. We do have some donuts and coffee, right?
Yep. Donuts and coffee.
And make sure you put your name down and then your email on the sign-up sheet, so we can give you the attendees information as well as the presentation. All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, guys.